So here's a quick update. So if you look at these Toyo M608Z tires that I have on my truck, which were purchased about a year ago. They were purchased in July of 2018, and they only have about 10,000 miles on them. 225/70 R19.5s. These are G-rated tires, regroovable, retreadable. But you look at the tread here, and it's doing this weird feathering pattern where it kind of slopes up. Every tread block does that. Now the center ones aren't doing it as much, but they're doing it as well. If you look at this angle, you'll see just how the entire tread block assembly looks really out of whack. Let's take a look at the other front tire. Now here's the passenger side, and you can see that it's doing it as well. Not quite as bad as the driver's side, but these are drive tires. These aren't necessarily steer tires, and I've been told that this is something that could happen when you put drive tires on the front of a vehicle, which is really the only thing you can do if you want a more off-road 19.5-inch commercial-sized tire. But you can see that it also has some of that, I guess, scalloping or feathering look to it as well. Let's take a look at the back tires. Now the back tires, on the other hand, aren't showing any of that. They are wearing perfectly even across. You can see that they are in really good shape. These tires have been holding up very well. Front tires are rather loud, and I think they've gotten louder because of that. But overall, the back tires are wearing very nice and even. And here's the other side. You can see that they even have the holes here to put the little cleats that go in. You're going to be driving over ice, but they're also wearing very nice and even on the back. It's just the front right now that I'm getting that awkward wear pattern in. So that being said, I am going to be swapping out these tires because I don't particularly care for that wear on the front. Now I could move a tire to the front, or I could rotate them, but I'm still going to have a tire that's not wearing the same as the others. Now something else to point out is the tires haven't been wearing any worse since I put the Bilsteins on. This appears to have been partially caused by the softer shocks when I had the Rancho 9000s on here. But most of the effect has not gotten any worse since putting these Bilsteins on a couple of months ago. So I'm hoping that by having the firmer shock on the front, it's going to help tame the front, and it's going to help avoid this type of strange wear pattern from occurring on my new tires. So these are the new tires that'll be going on. These are Firestones. So these are the FD690 Plus. These are also tubeless, regroovable, retreadable tires. Same size, 225/70, 19.5s. These are 12 ply rating, so those are 14, these are 12 ply. Still well above the capacity rating of my truck. These are commercial tires. These have a much different design. So this is a closed shoulder rib design, which means the tread lugs are much closer together. It still gives you a nice aggressive layer here in the center, but then the shoulders are very, very nice and closed off, which should help the tire wear more evenly and be much quieter going down the road. So that's going to be something I'm definitely interested in finding out. So I am here at Sames Ford Quick Lane Department. There's the dealership. They are in the process of removing and replacing the tires that are on my truck. So here are the Centromatic rings. One of the reasons why the truck drives so smooth now is because of these. But before I put these Bilsteins on, I had Rancho adjustable shocks up front, and they were very, very soft. Anytime I'd go over a bump, you could kind of feel the front move up and down like this, and that created kind of that cupping effect, I believe, on the tire. After I put the Bilsteins on, the truck definitely rides a little more firm. It rides more balanced, but I don't feel that front oscillation that I used to get with the Ranchos. So that's another big reason why I went to Bilstein. Now, big disclaimer here, Bilstein did not provide me these shocks. These shocks were actually the ones that I had on my 2016 F450. I only had it on that truck for about 3 months before I sold the truck and I removed them, putting the factory ones back on. Also, the tires that I'm putting on, I didn't get any type of discount or rebate on any of these tires. The Firestone tires I'm putting on, I paid full price for, as well as the Toyo tires that I'm taking off, I paid full price for. So this is not a sponsored video in any way. This is just my attempt to try to make the truck drive smoother, handle it a little better, and get rid of that uneven wear condition that I've been getting with the other tires. And from the back, you can still see the Bilstein shock absorbers I have back here. Again, I had to modify these to make them work on my truck because the 2016 truck had a smaller eyelet at the top there, and it wouldn't actually fit over the truck's mount. So I had to pop that eyelet out, order a different one to fit, and these things have been working really well since then. I really hope Bilstein produces a shock for the F450, mainly because they do work very well. I've been very happy with them. So again, here is the front tire. You can see just how uneven it's been wearing, and that's been a big problem for me, mainly because it's starting to wear real bad on the back side of it, and the front side of it still looks kind of standard. Well, the thing about these tires are they're not riding any rougher, so it's hard to tell what type of effect on the ride it's having because it really doesn't feel any different. That being said, we're going to be putting those tires over there, which are Firestone tires, on, which should give it a much better ride, because unlike this really open design on the side, those Firestones have a rib effect, which is a closed side to it, and that's going to make the ride smoother, and it should make the tire wear more evenly as well. And again, taking a look at the back tires, you really don't see any major uneven wearing of this specific tire. Maybe a little bit right here in the center tread area. But for the most part, these have been working okay. Now, what I don't like about the Toyos as well is that they're a lot louder than I had thought they would have been. The other key is that they got louder over time. So when I first got them on, they didn't appear to be that loud, but over time, as they started to wear unevenly, they became a little bit louder over the road. So what do we have going on here today? You guys might remember, I did a review on one of these when they first came out. This is a brand new Ford Expedition Platinum. That is a gorgeous looking vehicle. Hey, look, it's Joey. What's going on, man?
Another day.
Good to see you again.
Oh, yes, sir. Good to see you too.
So what do we have here?
2019 Ford Expedition Platinum in a Tricoat White Platinum.
And this thing has more horsepower than any lower trim package, right?
That's correct. This has 400 horsepower. The other trim package, they do go with 375, but with this one, 25 more horsepower is a lot. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it is.
This thing's really cool. 22-inch wheels?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Man.
Yeah, sensors all around the vehicle, so this vehicle will even parallel park itself.
Oh, this has the self-parking.
Yes, it does.
So that's really cool. Does this have all the collision avoidance, all the safety stuff?
It does have the pre-collision warning. It even tells you if there's a vehicle coming from your left taillight or your right taillight so you don't hit them.
Oh, that's cool. Very cool, man. You're gonna let me drive this for a while, right?
I sure am.
Awesome, brother.
And the great thing is, this has a new Ford Pass Connect. So the great thing is, you can start the vehicle from your phone, you can lock and unlock it. If you're financed with Ford Credit, you can even make a payment through them. This one also does let you know where the vehicle's at, the oil life, the fuel as well. So cool. If you have you can even plan a trip. If you have a trip plan, you can just go ahead and send it to your phone, and it automatically go to the vehicle, and the directions are already preloaded. So all you gotta do is get in and drive.
Do I get to keep the floor mat?
Oh, you sure do. Free.
Free. You don't hear that at auto dealerships much. This is beautiful. Anyways, guys, I'm going to spend some time in this today, see how we like it. We'll be back soon. All right, guys, so we are inside of this 2019 Ford Expedition Platinum Edition. I'm actually here with my wife. She's driving right now. Honey, what do you think of the vehicle?
I love it. It's great.
I mean, I know that you've looked at just about everything from Armadas to the new Infiniti, even the Tahoe, and you know, when you compare this to those vehicles, what's your overall impression of the Expedition?
I love that the size of it, the power it has, and the luxury, that smooth ride it has.
And that's a big thing for my wife, is she wants a vehicle with a smooth ride. And her Pacifica has a good, nice, smooth ride. It's just small. And my wife is not used to small vehicles. So when we got in the van, it was mainly because it had all the technology she wanted. It could seat 8 passengers. It had plenty of power and pickup. But over time, you start to realize that it's kind of a compact vehicle compared to something like this. So we have been reevaluating on what type of vehicle that she might want. And she has looked at just about everything. And we are continuing to look at other vehicles. But I figured while my truck was getting serviced, we might as well take one of the Expeditions out and see how she feels about this. Now, from a smoothness perspective, how does it compare against your Pacifica?
Oh, a lot smoother.
which is kind of crazy because when you bought the Pacifica, you know, one of the reasons why you really liked it is because of how smooth it was. And one of the things we didn't like was the fact that we couldn't opt for the limited package with the 18-inch wheels because we knew that it would make it smoother than the 20-inch wheels that come on it. Whereas this truck, even with 22-inch wheels, this Expedition drives smoother than the Pacifica, which is pretty amazing. So do you think the Expedition is going to be your next vehicle, honey?
I think so. Just trying to find the right color.
Yeah, color's a big deal. I kind of lean towards ruby red. So I am back in the F450 with the brand new Firestone 19.5-inch tires, replacing the Toyo M608Z tires that I had on the truck for about a year. Now, I replaced them again for a few different reasons. The number one, first and foremost reason is that the front tires were really wearing funny. They were scalloping, they were feathering, they were just kind of looking a little funny, and the last thing I want is to have a tire failure simply because of uneven wear or a part of the tire getting too low. Second reason was because they were really noisy, and you guys let me know that. You guys actually had told me in multiple comments that I should probably change my tires because they're a little noisy, and I agree. They weren't very noisy. It wasn't in any way what I would consider obnoxious because I could carry on a conversation with whoever's in the vehicle with me without having to raise my voice, but I do a lot of driving rants, and I do a lot of driving videos where it could definitely interfere with the quality of the videos, and you guys let me know that. Third, the tires that I got were at an unbelievably good price. So traditionally, this size tire is going to cost over $300 per tire, upwards of $400. I got these for under $250 per tire on sale. So that was definitely a reason to go ahead and get all 6 of them, as opposed to maybe just changing out the 2 front ones. And then finally, another reason why I swapped all the tires out are because if you drive a 4-wheel drive vehicle or you have ABS on your vehicle, if there is a rotational difference between your front tires and your back tires or any side-to-side tire, it can cause your ABS system to go a little freaky, and it can disable your traction control system. And the reason why is because it senses that something's broken or something's wrong if one tire is spinning faster than another tire for a prolonged period of time. So if you have brand new tires on the front and your tires on the back are slightly used or a little bit, worn down, and they're not quite as tall as the tires up front or vice versa, the vehicle itself is going to detect that over a period of time, and it's going to flash an error telling you that you have some type of an issue, such as your ABS or your traction control system is perhaps malfunctioning. So by changing all the tires out at the same time, you avoid that issue ever occurring. Honestly, guys, you can probably tell in this video, it sounds great because you probably can't hear them nearly as much as you could before. They are very quiet, very smooth. Again, I had them balance the tires as well as use the Centromatic rings, which I think really helps because the balanced tire is going to get as close to balance as possible, and the Centromatic rings are going to finish the process off with much less effort than they might have to put towards tires that are completely unbalanced. In my opinion, everything is so much better than it was, and I'm very happy with the entire setup. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have the same type of problem going on with your F450, this might be a good solution for you. I am really happy with these new Firestone tires. I'll put a link in the description of this video showing you the model number of them if they're tires that you're interested in putting on your truck. That is one of the most common F450 related questions I get. It's usually, how do you eliminate the vibration? How do you eliminate the shake? How do you eliminate some of the issues that you have with the factory tires? These are far more aggressive in terms of tread pattern and traction, while at the same time quieter and definitely a good looking tire. Anyways, guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please take a moment and subscribe. I'll talk to you again very soon.